I was born by the river in a little tent. And oh, just like the river, I've been running ever since. My name is Paul. I'm a cinematographer. I'm not a singer. I'm a cinematographer. I'm a filmmaker. I'm based in Illinois. And I made some short films. I have them. I'll put them up here somewhere, or I'll put them down below. First, let me say that I'm at this location. I'm about to shoot this like social media. There it is. I was just about to tell you, these lights go out. I've had to go back like 20 different times. So if they go out, you'll be able to see me. You'll be able to see the camera. You probably want to see the camera. So just ignore the lights, because there they go again. I'm here today to talk about the red Komodo. I shoot with the Blackmagic Pocket 4K. That's what I'm shooting this video with right now. I've had a lot of people. When I say a lot of people, for me, a lot of people is like 10, 12 people. Yeah, they hit me up, said, hey, Paul, you're shooting on the Blackmagic Pocket 4K. I see that you got a red Komodo. That's dope. And I say, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Then they say, why'd you do it? You know? And then I say the same thing to all 10, 12, 15 people. I don't know yet. I thought about it, and I was like, why don't if I make this video, then maybe I don't have to like worry about, the 15 people, not worry about, because I really love the fact that they're reaching out. So I don't want to say it that way, but it takes a lot of time to do that, especially when you're not really giving people any real answers to help them. So here we are, and this is what we're going to do. I'm going to tell you why I switched from the Blackmagic Pocket 4K to this camera, the red Komodo. Let me start with this. I started off doing lighting, cinematography stuff, and I wanted to go into directing. I wanted to go into making my own films. That led me to talk to other DPs, to talk to other filmmakers about, what should my next move be? Like, what camera should I go to? Because this Blackmagic thing is awesome. I love that camera. It's done a lot for me, but there's some things that I wanted to change, some things that weren't working out for me. So I was looking at the Red Gemini. So if you know the Red Gemini, super expensive, especially when you got to buy all these accessories, all this other stuff. I almost pulled the trigger on it. I almost got it. And then it hit me like, you got to pay for that thing, right? So I put some money aside. I was ready to pay for it. Like, I was ready to pay, but then, knowing me, I was like, I was going to have to go back and figure out a way to make all that money back plus a profit. Now, I'm not going to front and tell you that I'm going to be able to make $40,000 plus a profit doing what I do, because that's not me. That's not where I'm at. I don't make that kind of money. So I pulled back, right? I was like, yo, Paul, check yourself a little bit. Like, can you really afford this camera? And I was like, nah, Paul, no, you can't really afford this camera. So I went back to the drawing board. I'd already been looking at the Komodo, but it's similar to what you guys have asked me. It's like, is it worth the $5 or $6 grand difference, like between the Pocket 4K or the 6K and this camera? And to answer that question, I'll say it this way. It's hard to answer that question, because what's worth it for me might not be worth it for you. So what made it worth it for me? What it came down to ultimately is, can I use this? Is this camera going to help take my career to the next level, right? On top of that, can I afford this camera? Can I make the money back to pay for the camera plus a profit, right? And I was talking to a friend on Instagram the other day. He said, look, man, if you're going to spend money on stuff, on cameras or gear, whatever the case may be, and you can't make your money back plus a profit, then that's not a career, that's a hobby. And I was like, man, and it definitely made me happy that I didn't buy a Gemini. So to come back to what we're talking about here is, like, is this camera worth it for you, right? Again, I can't answer that question for you, but what I can do is I can tell you this. If you are trying to upgrade from the Blackmagic Pocket 4K to a Komodo, right, then if you're doing it just because you want to get a better image quality, then probably not worth it. Probably not worth it. I compared it. I've done several tests between this and that, the Blackmagic Pocket 4K, which I'm shooting with, and like the differences, they're there, But unless you do a side-by-side type thing, you're not gonna be able to tell the difference. If you know how to light, if you know how to do everything else you're supposed to do, then I would say stick with the Blackmagic Pocket 4K. And if you don't know how to light and you don't know how to do the other stuff, then that's a great camera to keep using while you learn how to do these other things, because you're not gonna be able to get a better image anyway out of these more expensive cameras. So the Red camera, I mean, it has a lot of upside to it, right? For me, you know, we can go down this list and I can tell you all the things that I love about it, but that's not gonna matter, because just because I love it doesn't mean you love it. It doesn't mean it's gonna help you in any way, shape, or form. So this is what I have to say about it. What it's gonna come down to, in my opinion, is like, make some goals for yourself, right? If you haven't already. And when you have those goals, you'll know, like, I'm here and I wanna go over here, right? And when it comes time to purchase something like this, or if you're trying to purchase a Gemini or whatever you're trying to purchase, then you'll know. It'll feel right. It'll make sense, or it won't make sense. You know what I mean? So do that, then you'll know. Now, I think that's it. I think that's it. That wraps it up. Look, I didn't really tell you anything, and I know that. So it's almost a pointless video, but it's not super pointless, because you know what? Like, I'm talking to you. Kind of talking to you. I'm talking to a camera, but you're gonna watch it, and then you're gonna come back, and you're gonna do one of two things. You're gonna ask me a question. You're gonna make a comment. You might encourage me. You might be like, "Yo, Paul, like, man, like, you know, I noticed that, you know, your jacket is too small, or, you know, the light was bouncing off your head." You might be one of those people, and honestly, that doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to make that comment, you know, I mean, that's engagement, you know what I mean? So I appreciate it. But look, I hope that it helps you in some sort of way. If it does, let me know, because it'll make me feel better that I didn't sit here for like 3 or 4 hours doing this and it helped absolutely nobody. So let me know how you feel about it. If you got any suggestions, if you got any other questions, if you got any legit questions that I didn't answer, to leave them in the comment section. You can hit me up on Instagram. You can hit me at Paul, the letter J, Orama, O-R-A-M-A, and I'll get back to you. I don't ignore people, you know. Hit me up, and we can start a dialogue. We can talk about this camera, that camera. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. You know what I mean? Like, if you just want to talk sports, we can talk that. It's all good. I got to go do something. I got to finish setting up this whole situation here. And so at the end of the day, do you need this camera? Probably, maybe. I don't know if you need this camera. Do I need this camera? No, I don't need it. But I got it, though. I'm rambling. Look, make sure you give me some suggestions on what we could talk about for the next video. I'll probably break down some lighting stuff for you. If I don't break down lighting stuff, then we'll talk film stuff. I don't know. Or maybe I won't. Maybe this video ends up being so terrible that all of you just leave in the comment section. Please don't ever make a video again. Anyway, look, thanks again. I appreciate it. That's it. I'm not talking to nobody. That's it. So I'll see y'all next time. All right.